got my food. They were like sold out of everything. But I'm gonna keep walking. So on that corner there was a truck with bomb ass Jamaican food. They had oxtail, mac and cheese even, and Mexican food. Now, this is the corner by Columbia Presbyterian Hospital, which is, well, now they call it New York Presbyterian. It's one of the top hospitals in the country. And Malcolm X was assassinated. Like, I think a lot of people don't even know that, but he was assassinated on 3 blocks from here, which is right across the street, the Audubon Ballroom. And he was taken to this hospital, which is one of the best hospitals in the country, right across the street. So that's where this is. It's a very historical part of New York City, but Columbia University owns all of this. You see? Columbia University Medical Pavilion, right? But one of the things I love about New York so much is how walkable it is, you know? And there's so many green spaces. The light is not that great. Like yesterday, you were born in a hospital, so was I. I was born there too. Yesterday I was in the Bronx and I was in this park, Crotona Park, which I had never been in before, with my dad. And I was like, you know what? I think that the Bronx has more parks than any other borough, okay? And I looked it up, and guess what I found out? I found out that, see, New York has all these little places like right in the middle of the city. You could just sit in here, okay? You could just sit in here and just have a seat. Now, there's all these hospital workers across the street. They can come right here. But there's actually parks. There's Riverside Park, which is a couple blocks over. And then there's another park a couple blocks the other direction. But, oh, wait. And this is the thing I like about New York City parks, but it's also New York State, is these rocks. Like, our parks, we all have rocks that you can go sit on. And this is not really a park. This is just like a little space in the middle. But when you go into a lot of our parks, you have big rock formations that you can go sit on, which is super dope. You can go up there and smoke a blunt and shit. Because let me tell you, you know, this whole walk, you guys can't smell it, but it smells like good ass weed everywhere, because it's illegal in New York to smoke weed anywhere. It's legal to smoke cigarettes. It's legal to smoke weed. So you can stand on the damn sidewalk in front of the police and smoke a blunt, and it's legal. Okay? A lot of the cities the states that have legal weed, it's not legal to smoke it outside, which is crazy. But in New York it is. And so you got and then I just saw something that said New York is the number 1 weed consuming city in the country. Okay, so, and let me tell you, all the good weed in New York was always uptown. Okay, watch the documentary Grass is Greener by hold on a minute. Oh, wait a minute. The Audubon Ballroom. Oh yeah, okay. I'm in the right place. It was right here. So Malcolm X was assassinated right here. Like, Columbia University owns all this stuff now. Or maybe, yeah. It was right over here. This is 160 5th and St. Nicholas, okay? So it was over here. So anyhow, this is Sugar Hill. But yeah, like, if you watch the documentary Grass is Greener, which is an excellent documentary on Netflix by Fab Far Freddy, and the light is so much better this way. Oh no, this light is annoying. But in the documentary, they talk about how all the good weed in New York was always uptown. It was always uptown, and people from the other boroughs came to Harlem, came uptown. So we've always had some bomb-ass weed up here. And the fact that it's legal to just sell it. Okay? So, I mean, it's not sell it. It's illegal to just smoke it is what I meant to say. So across the street, you got another barbershop, another drugstore. Dental place has closed. Across the street, you got a hardware store. And you got a whole bunch of other businesses on that block. Okay? This is the Heights. So, yeah, and I decided to walk 21 blocks or so to the gym because, you know, I live in Chicago now. And Chicago's a walkable city, but I don't walk nearly as much as I do in New York. To New Yorkers, walking a lot is just normal. It's not exercise, it's just what we do. And we be carrying shit. Like I got my gym bag, which got heavy. Then I got another bag that I need to take to the post office on my other arm. And then I just picked up this food. So you accumulate things as you're moving around throughout the day. So not only do we walk a lot, we be carrying shit too, which makes the walk a little bit more strenuous. Okay? Right across the street, I'm looking at a barbershop again, a laundromat, a supermarket, a restaurant, a deli, a pharmacy, and a pest control center on the next, right across the street from where I'm looking, and a flower shop. Okay? Tell me another city in America where you have that many things on one block after the next after the next. Because I bet you if I walk 10 blocks, I could point out 10 hardware stores, 10 barbershops, and 10 nail salons. Okay? And this is, well, I was on Broadway, now I'm on St. Nicholas. So this is St. Nicholas. If I went, the streets switched. So if I went over to Broadway, again, there's mad businesses on Broadway, mad businesses on St. Nick. And then if I just walked, like 2 blocks that way, it's a beautiful park. It's a beautiful park over there, which I think I'm going to walk on that way. So it's detour, okay? It's detour off of St. Nicholas. And, you know, see, there's not a whole bunch of garbage right here. You know, New York does have a lot of rats, and I feel like the rat problem in Central Harlem has gotten worse since COVID. I was walking through Central Harlem, like last week. There was so many rats, it was crazy. Like, New York always had a lot of rats, but I'm walking through Central Harlem and I see garbage, and there's like 10 rats in the garbage bag, and I'm like, can't do it. So, oh yeah. So they got this street up here closed off for the kids, 164th. So we got the Washington Heights. Don't you forget it. Okay? One of the littest parts of the city is north of Harlem. Okay, where I'm from is like the border of the two. You got people sitting outside. I try not to film people, but you see them. I don't like to be with the cameras in people's faces. It's kind of now. And the thing is, like, people be acting like New Yorkers are rude. That's a lie. Okay, that's totally a lie. Now, you got a convenience store, Boost Mobile, got another nail salon, plumbing and hardware, Quisqueya shipping. Now, Quisqueya is the indigenous name of the island that Haiti and Dominican Republic is from. And Dominicans, here's another barbershop. Hardware, Quisqueya shipping. But then across the street, you got computers, repair, and Jimbo's. There's a bunch of stuff over there. Now, shipping place, you got Restaurante, you got La Iglesia, so it's supposed to be a church, I guess, but I don't know, it's close. Then you got a little clothing store, computer place is closed, another beauty salon. Okay, it just keeps going. Now, if you see all this, remember I told you, so you got the place on the corner that's selling all of these plants. You see flowers. Oh, let me cross the street so I don't get run over. Okay. So, all these plants outside, I love it. You could buy plants and flowers off the street everywhere in New York. Now I'm gonna walk down this block. And this is the thing that's so dope about New York. It's like, you know, people wonder why people pay so much to live in New York. This is why. It's like the energy in the streets is unmatched, okay? The access you have to things, unmatched. Excellent public transportation. And despite what people say, and a lot of money making potential, because you see all those businesses, everybody's making money. And you got the same businesses repeating over and over again, and everybody's making money, okay? Now, hold on. I don't really want to be on the camera, but you see how the block I just came off of was so busy? Now I'm walking on this quiet block, okay? I'm walking on this quiet street, school. So a lot of people say the Heights is loud. The Heights is loud if you're on Broadway or Amsterdam. But if you come on to, this is Edgecombe, or you come on to Riverside Drive, it's not loud like that. It's really quiet and peaceful. And I did a video a few weeks ago showing this park on Edgecombe Avenue that I'm approaching. But you see, you might not be able to see it yet. There's a big ass rock. I was talking about the rocks in the park that I love. Like if I had a blunt on me right now and I wasn't recording a video, I would just hop on top of one of those rocks and smoke, because we can do that, and it's just really peaceful. So this park goes for blocks. Okay, New York City has a lot of parks, but especially Uptown, especially Upper Manhattan and the Bronx. Okay, and people come to New York, they don't be going to the Bronx. The Bronx is the shit. Upper Manhattan is the shit. Now you see the rocks in this park. You see? Okay, that's how you know. We don't have, like, New York doesn't have these like little flat parks that you find in a lot of cities. That's all man-made. Okay, this should be like nature. You see how big that goddamn rock is? Let me go across the street. And this is a peaceful, clean block. Okay, so there's not a whole bunch of garbage. Okay, so we don't got garbage everywhere in the city. New York can be dirty, but it's not everywhere. Okay, whew, let me not get hit by a car. Let's go across the street. And people say New Yorkers don't drive, but there's cars everywhere. No parking spaces, so New Yorkers do drive. Okay. Now you got, look at this beautiful, this park goes for many blocks. This beautiful rock formation right here. Beautiful. Okay. And this is one thing I love about New York. Like, I am not a big fan of beaches. Está lindo? Sí. Está lindo? It's not está linda, or it's lindo. I guess you know. I'm not a big fan of the beach. I love a nice park. I love a nice park any day. Now you see how it is muy linda, muy lindo. Look at this. Okay, nice greenery. And this park goes for blocks, and it's like nature down there. And there's also playgrounds and basketball courts in this park. And then you got more greenery across the street, but the light is shining in it, so you can't see Jamel Terrace. But this is so nice over here. You see? And if I go back there, it looks like the woods. looks like, if I go back here, it literally is like the woods. You wouldn't even think you were in New York City. But this is the island of Manhattan. Now again, here you go with the rocks, okay? This is Jamel Terrace, a landmark. You see that big rock formation there too? And I've always loved that about New York City, but then when I started discovering upstate New York, I realized that was a New York State thing, okay? Now right across that bridge, right across there is the Bronx, Yankee Stadium. So it's a New York thing, the rock formations. New York State has these incredible rock formations. Actually, to me, New York State is one of the prettiest states I've seen. I was always like a New York City snob, and I was shocked when I started discovering how beautiful the state actually is. ¿Te gusta New York para vivir? Okay, so you asked me, do I like New York to live? Is that what you're asking me? That's what I think you're asking me. Do you like New York to live? If that's what you're asking me, sí, señor. Me gusta vivo in Nueva York. I don't know the right conjugation. And me gusta is I like vivir en Nueva York. I like to live in New York. Is that right? Me gusta vivir a Nueva York. Mucho. ¿Es correcto? Let me know. But, see, now that's the Polo Grounds right there. That building you see. So down there, that's the Rucker tournaments are down there. Okay, the Rucker tournaments, the great basketball Rucker tournaments. So, yeah, I just walked 21 blocks to the gym. Maybe it's like 23. And I could have so gotten on the bus, okay? Or I could have gotten on the train. There's like 3 different buses I could have taken, like 4 different buses I could have taken. Two trains I could have gotten on. But I love it. I love to be able to just walk. Keeps you in shape. Walk to the gym, walk from the gym. Okay? See all these trees. People be trying to act like, let me tell you something. People don't be knowing what the fuck they're talking about. People always be trying to act like New York doesn't have any trees. New York City has more parks and trees than any city in the country. 20% of New York City is parks, more than any other major city in the country. Okay? And I've heard people that came to visit New York and they think like, because I live in Chicago now, and they'll say, oh yeah, Chicago has more green spaces. I'm like, no, the hell Chicago does not. That's a lie. Okay? Now, someone said, te escucho bien hablando español muy bonito. So, you listen good and te escucho, you listen bien good hablando español, speak Spanish. So, muy bonito. So, I think it's muy bonita, isn't it? Because I'm a woman. Hello. All these men are staring at me on the corner. I don't even think I look cute, but all these men are like about to crash their car. Anyhow, I know muy bonita is very beautiful, which thank you. Te escucho bien. That looks like you listen well. And I don't know if you're saying you listen and speak Spanish well. I don't know. I know te escucho bien is you listen well. Your español is... I need to work on my español. Oh, hold on. This is my neighbor. He's Black American, but he be speaking Spanish. What's up? The Black American neighbor. He be speaking Spanish like a Dominican and a Puerto Rican. See, when you from Uptown... What? Which I'm talking? You parking your car right there?
No, I'm just going in for a minute.
How did you learn how to speak Spanish?
Huh?
How did you learn how to speak Spanish?
I told you, I've been learning and knowing for years.
You've been learning?
If you come along with me, I'll teach you.
You'll teach me?
I can teach you all the English you need to know.
You
I'll leave you it in sexy ways.
You sound like a okay. I know. Hey, how are you? How's everything?
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
How's the family, mom and pop?
Everybody's good. And my condolences.
Thank you, thank you.
And happy belated, even though your birthday was like 2 months ago.
Yeah. I know we've been trying. All right. We supposed to be getting together still to celebrate.
Yeah, okay, that's good. Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm waiting for them to give me. And make sure I tell your mom. I said we waiting.
Okay, I'm gonna tell her. I'm gonna definitely tell her.
Have a good night.
Okay, you too. Let me tell you something. People in New York are cool as shit. I don't care what nobody says. You said lindo. Isn't that linda? Or are you talking about, I don't know. I get confused with the conjugations. But anyhow, let me get off the phone. Y'all need to be seeing where I live. I'm in New York, Chicago, and I'm a New Yorker in Chicago, New Yorker in Chicago. But yeah, if you come to New York, come to the Heights. It's dope. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, have a good day. If you've been to the Heights, what'd you think of it? Okay, beautiful people, dope energy, and have a good day, guys. Talk to you later.